Hi there. So yeah, I'm on the northeastern edge of Dartmoor today, and I've just come up from South Seal, caught the bus from Exeter, and I'm heading towards Coston Hill. I'm going to go up the summit. It's going to be a steep climb today, but I've got some interesting things to look into. One's being a very interesting stone row, quite a rare one, and also some stone circles, as well as some settlements along the way. We'll see what we find anyway. It's a beautiful day today, nice and warm. It's going to be steep. So let's go walking down the road. So I caught the bus from Exeter, it's the 6A, to South Seal. Now I've never been here before, it's a new walk to me, so it's quite exciting. The path to start off with, just literally got off the bus, I'm just walking up now, is quite stony. Got to keep your eye on where you're going. I've got my heavy duty boots on today, got my Grisport boots on, so they're good for this kind of surface. But I'll spin you around. It's a bit of a wet path. As you can see, a lot of it's been washed away. I think probably over the winter with the rain. It's a beautiful path all the same. Can't wait to get out on the open moorland. So yeah, let's crack on. I adore these old moss stone walls here. Makes you feel the connection with the past here. Looks like there's some remains of a building there, but I'm not going over there because that's bog. So it's still very wet up here. I wanted to check it out really first before I think about camping. I just want to see what it's like. We had such a wet winter. I wasn't sure what it's going to be like up here. Although we've had a nice dry period. Oh look, buzzard. There you go. But what a pretty little path this is, hey? Oh dear, look at this. Yeah. Looks like there's a route round that way. Can I get down through there? Is it dry down there? I think it is. Let's have a go. No, it's not dry down there. You know what? I'm not walking through the schools. My feet are waterproof. Well, my boots are anyway. I'm just going to walk through it. There you go. It's not that bad actually. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please pop down and give it a like if you're enjoying it so far. Well, you know the rule. If you see a gate, you lean over it, enjoy the view. There you go. Nice. I'm not blessed with a load of time today. As I said, the bus was late and I need to get the bus back, of course. I haven't got any camping gear. I'm just out for a hike today. I think the total climb today is about 1,800 feet, but it's a 7 mile journey. So it's not that far. Ideally, I would think I could do this in, well, a little over 2 hours really. But given the circumstances, I think I'm going to allow myself 3, especially as I want to have a look around the stone circle and the stone row, which will be the first thing I see today. Oh, already out of breath. That's the problem with talking when you're walking uphill. So I've got the Ordnance Survey link in the description below, so you can do this route for yourself if you want. I'm going to be following it closely today because I don't really want to go off piste because I haven't got the time. Okay, so here's the stone row. It's late Neolithic, early Bronze Age, so it's about 3.5 to 4,000 years ago. I said it was a bit different, this one, because this is a triple stone row. Now, I wondered how wide it was, and it's actually wider than I thought it was going to be. Now, nobody actually really knows what these stone rows were for. Probably ceremonial. Now, usually at the end of a stone row, it looks like it is here as well, there's a burial site. Now, burial sites are called cairns. I've heard them pronounced cairns, I pronounce them cairns. Take your pick. Now, if it's a burial site, I think that it might have been saved for tribal leaders, otherwise the burial sites surely would have been much bigger. So I think these were important people. Some lovely birds here, I don't know what they are. So yes, here's the cairn. This is where the burial site would be. I'm looking around here actually. I mean, that's a cairn there. I wonder if these are as well. Maybe it wasn't just for tribal leaders. In fact, it looks like there could be several around here, looking at it. I'd say this might be one here. I'd say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total I can see here, I think. So they excavated a cyst in 2011. With the excavation they did, they found some amber beads and some shale beads as well, flat beads, in a woven basket. But they were also cremated, which was interesting. And I do wonder if, you know, there's a procession, these were important people, I think, that were buried here. I wonder if these stones were adorned by the sides with flowers and maybe some of their trinkets which were gathered up towards the end and buried with them. So anyway, I'm going to head to the summit of Cosden Hill. So onwards and upwards. This isn't so bad. It's no worse than any of the hills around Sidmouth. Should be all right. I don't think there's much further to go to get to the top. Although, when you can't see the top, it can be a bit deceptive. Once you get there, suddenly find out there's another few hundred feet to go. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, it was a case of that once I got over that little brow, there's a lot more left to do. That's okay. It wasn't actually that difficult. It is pretty high up though, for Devon standards. It's not as high as High Will Hayes, but Cosden Hill is 1,800 feet. That's 550 metres. So here we are at the summit. I hope you can hear me. It's quite windy up here. There's a trig point, Ordnance Survey trig point. Here's a circle of stones. I don't know how old this is. This could be something new, to be honest with you. But let's get to the very top. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, there's a pit there. There's a pit there, and a pile of stones there, which I think is also known as a cairn. But yeah, here we go. This is what I come out here for. Look how beautiful that is. I love it up here. Not a soul around today. I guess they're all down on the beach down in Sidmouth enjoying their ice creams. I am cracking on down this path. I don't know how far I've got to go. I've got plenty of time by the looks of it. I'm making good time. Sorry about any wind noise, by the way. It's kind of a bit difficult. Starting to wish I brought my tent now, although it is particularly cold at night up here at the moment. Maybe next week, see what the weather's doing. Actually, you know what? I've said before, I'm not making any plans. I'm just going to take it as it comes. Rather like today. I hadn't planned to do today. I'd much rather do it that way. I don't like to... I find that if I've got to make too many plans, I actually find it really difficult to actually get motivated for it. I'd rather just do things on the spur of the moment. I know. That's just me. I'm sorry. So yeah, in the distance there, I think that's Bellstone Tor and Higher Tor. Well, the higher one you can see. I can't actually see my finger on here. I think it's about there. Yeah, I've just checked the map. It's absolutely fine to walk this any time of year. You're not going to be walking across any MOD ranges, so you don't need to worry about that. But if you are venturing over northern Dartmoor like I am, make sure that if you are, check the maps before you come out, and also check the government website for firing times, whether they're doing live firing or just training. It's okay to come out here during the training, and I've heard some people say it's all right to come out here during the live firing, as long as you don't go past the red flags or anything like that. Personally, I'd avoid it myself. I mean, you can camp anywhere around here, but like many places on Dartmoor, yes, you can camp here, but would you really want to? Because it's not exactly nice camping ground. Look, it's all tufts of grass and you can't really camp on that. Just bumped into a lovely couple. They hadn't seen anybody either. That was in Somerset. Had a nice chat. I did let them know about this channel. If you're watching this, hello again. Really nice to meet you. I remember when I was down in Brixham, of all places, somebody had recognised me. It's really weird when people recognise me because it catches me by surprise. Because I'm just going along in my own little world, and then somebody says, "Hi, Rob," and I go, and I sort of blank expression, and then I suddenly realise they know me from my videos. Anyway, those two people that I met in Brixham, hello, if you're watching this one. Say hello down in the comments. Oh, it is windy now. Hopefully you can hear me. So here's the stone circle, it's just the one here. Now, how many stones are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 stones here, but it looks like 2 might be missing, so there might be 20 stones. But something I've noticed about Dartmoor is that stone circles always have different amounts of stones in the circle. Now, they say they're possibly for astronomical reasons, but wouldn't they be the same amount of stones if they were? I think it's a place for tribal leaders to meet myself. So what I mean is that, maybe the tribal leaders gathered here for a particular reason, to meet with the local tribal leader, and they each had a stone to sit behind and had turns to talk. I don't know, it's just an idea. It could very well be to do with astronomy and marking the seasons. But I would have thought that it would, like I said, even numbers. Not even numbers, that all the circles would have the same amount of stones. Anyway, I'm going to stop here for a second, have a cup of coffee and a pasty, because I brought one with me and I'm hungry. Got a Walls pasty today. I prefer them to the Ginsters, however you like it. Ones, to be honest with you. I didn't have time to go to the bakery today and get a real one. It'll do. It's edible. And nice cup of coffee. So I'm going to sit back, relax, enjoy my time and lunch on Dartmoor. Although it's a late lunch. The couple I just met asked a couple of interesting questions about the stone row. Why, what did I think about it being double? And, maybe it was, they were built, specifically for a particular burial. Maybe the triple stone row was for a tribal leader and his wife. Maybe they both died at the same time. It's just an idea. Really, it's all guesswork. Who knows? This is my guesswork anyway. But over there, looks like a menhir or a standing stone. So let's go over here and have a look at that. And then I'm going to head back round the other side of Cosden Hill. So here's the Whitemoor stone. It's got a TP there. I don't know what some kind of parish, I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the map later. See, there's a T there as well. But that's the Whitemoor stone. There's some kind of menhir, standing stone description. Let's see. It's about 6 foot tall, I'd say. And is that Fernworthy Forest over there? I think that's Fernworthy over there. Now, this path doesn't really line up with the one on the map, but I think it is the path. Some of these paths that are marked on the map aren't exactly accurate. But that's okay. I'm heading in the right direction anyway. If I have to go across a little bit of open moorland, I'll have to go across a bit of open moorland. Anyway, I did enjoy that pasty. I feel quite satiated now. Pasty and a cup of coffee. So yeah, I made the assumption, a tribal leader and his wife. It could very well have been a tribal leader and her husband. Especially back then, ancient Britain. There was a matriarchy there too. But I just thought I'd correct myself. Some interesting birds around here. I wish I brought my binoculars actually. As I've said before, I'm not much of a bird spotter, but I'm keen to learn. as we get further down here. It's quite dry here, but we've got to keep an eye out for boggy ground. And this don't look great. See that? You just never know. So I'm going to go around this way. Oh no, that's definitely bog there. I have to jump over that. Right, there we go. Right. This is where you start getting a little concerned. I'm going to head up to higher ground. In fact, I'm going to stop and get my trekking poles out so I can test the ground ahead of me. So yeah, I've got this new mount here. Just going to put the camera on now, and then I can be hands-free using the trekking poles, and you can see where I'm going. Right, so there we go. Now I can test the ground ahead of me because it's all very squelchy. Can't actually see the angle this camera's at. It's all a new experience. Also, this time of year, keep an eye out for adders. Don't want to get bitten by one up here. You still need an anti-venom, really. So yeah, this route's completely gone off piste. The Ordnance Survey trail map that I'll put use as a guide. Some of these tracks are difficult to tell whether they're actual routes or just sheep tracks. It's gone to a completely different kind of terrain now, from boggy to stony. So yes, I've just recently bought these. They're a replacement for my other ones. My other ones were aluminium, and although they weren't ridiculously heavy, these are considerably lighter because they're carbon fibre. And I prefer these with the clips rather than the twist. I got these Nature Hike ones. Nature Hike's a reasonable brand. Some of their stuff's good. I mean, time will tell whether these are any good. They seem okay so far. And these were £40, I think. I got them from AliExpress. I think they're probably about the same on Amazon, to be honest with you. I don't think I've made much saving this time. Not like you normally do. Okay, so I need to consult the map and have a look where this crossing is, because I need to go somewhere over there. So I'm somewhere near the path by the looks of it. Can you see a path? No. What I want to avoid is this down here, because this, I imagine, is going to be all boggy. So if I can go further along this hill around here to the right and come in there, and then I can join that path down there. I don't know how much of this you can see. I'm just letting you know, basically, that you need to, especially if you're in a new area to Dartmoor, is that you need to sort of plan ahead and look at the type of plants, you know, these type of plants around here kind of let you know that there's more water there. Whereas over there, isn't hardly any, just the grass. It's going to be a lot drier. I don't know. I guess some of this is pretty obvious. I'm kind of teaching you to suck eggs, and I'm sorry about that. But I really have to consider that some people have no experience of the moors who watch these videos. And I think it's important to let people know of any tips and dangers on the moors. You know, the moors can be dangerous, especially if the weather changes. We have a nice long summer ahead of us. Isn't that a lovely feeling though, when this time of year and the sun's out and you think, oh, we've got, well, hopefully, much more of this ahead of us. We've had such a long, harsh winter, so wet, that we deserve a decent summer, don't you think? I think anyway. See, there's no real paths here. I think they're just sheep runs, really. Must admit, I do prefer these carbon fibre trekking poles to the other ones. You barely notice that you're carrying them, and they do certainly make you much more sure-footed. This looks like a line of stones here. I don't know. boundary maybe, a stone wall. I don't see anything like a stone row as such. Pretty sure this could be a camping spot actually. It's not a bad spot. It's quite level. Well, I mean, as level as it's going to be around here. I'm sure you could find an area which, yeah, just here. If you pitched a tent along here, got a nice flattish spot. It rolls a little bit this way, so you might want to put your head first up here. But that's a possibility. This is one of the things that I'm looking out for today, is camping spots on this particular walk. Once we get over this bit here, should be all downhill or thereabouts. We're already starting to see over there the rest of Devon that isn't Dartmoor. Okay, well, I've got through that. I'm just nearly on the path now. Looks like somebody's camping down there actually. It's an orange tent. Wish it was me. Also, the other thing, if they are camping, they're right down the bottom of the valley. Now, it's better to camp just off the bottom because cold air sinks. It's going to be cold tonight. They're camped down there. They'd be better if they were camped up over there, where it's flat, a little bit off and flatter. I better check the map actually. Check that I am going the right way. As I said before, my sense of direction is absolutely terrible. Never used to be. I seem to have got worse as I got older. But let's have a look. Okay. I've completely bypassed that. Glad I checked the map. I need to go up over. Yeah, I think I should have probably gone down there and across, then back up. But instead I've cut the corner. That's okay. Really should bring a paper map as well and a compass. But I've got lazy. Right, so I'm back on the path here. I think what I should have done, or what I'll do in the future, is walk this path this way and I can see the actual route of the path rather than guessing it like I've been doing. Yeah, I won't get the 4:40 bus back. Not sure when the next bus is after that. I'll check in a second. Well, I might as well check now. So I've just checked the bus timetable because I've got a signal now. And the bus is at 7 o'clock, so it's 4:30 now. I'm not going to make the 4:40. So 2 hours, 2.5 hours before the bus. And I've got 2 miles left to do. So yeah, I've got a lot of time to kill. Alright, got to be careful along here as well. This is all bog. I can't see a path. I can see bog over that way. I can see a path going up that way. I think I'm going to go back and around. I don't know, I've got several options from here actually. I could go to Stickle Path where I can catch a bus back, or Oakhampton. It's the same bus, goes right through. And I've got plenty of time. Although I had planned to go up around there, I could go up over there instead. Let's just wing it, eh? Let's wing it and see where we end up. You see, if I go to Oakhampton, I could go to the chippy and get some chips tonight. Have them for tea instead, rather than wait until I get home. I couldn't see anything at South Seal. I think there's a pub in Stickle Path, so if I end up there, I can always go to the pub. Or I could go to Oakhampton, or, well, Oakie really, isn't it? So it's a little over 4 miles to Oakie, Oakhampton, and I've got 2 hours. So I think I'll do that. I'll drop down here and join the Tarka Trail. So here's a little water hole and some trees, some very old trees. Hope it's an easy crossing. There we go. It's easy as that. Right, I think I'll maintain a steady pace now. Okay, so complete change of plans. You can go like that sometimes. That's the freedom you have, really, isn't it? You don't have to stick to the route. So yeah, I decided to take a shortcut, completely off-piste. Should be all right. It's a bit soggy here. Looks very dry, but it's a bit soggy underfoot. So can be a little bit more careful with putting the sticks out forward. This is why I said I'd stick to the path. And I've changed my mind and ended up in slightly boggy ground, but it's okay, it's not that boggy. And this looks like the path that I've been looking for. Brilliant. Look at all this lovely gorse, or furze, as it's also known. I love smelling this. Lovely smell of coconut. Makes me fancy a pina colada. I'm hoping this footage can be used. I've not used this neck thing for the camera before, but I've got to admit, on a walk like this, it's absolutely ideal, because it means I've got both my hands free. And I can still film and bring you along. What a gorgeous scene, huh? Look at this. Just walking through these wet rocks in between the flowering gorse. Beautiful sun. And a wonderful smell of coconut. What a day to be alive. It's days like this that the phrase, "It makes my heart sing," is absolutely appropriate. Oh, I just checked the map, and I actually go across the Tarka Trail. I don't actually walk the Tarka Trail, so I'll do that walk another time. I don't know when. So there should be a footbridge coming up here, if I'm on the right route. Here's a crossing. I think when they say footbridge, oh, there we go, it's up over there. Keep your eyes open, Rob. So I'm going to stop here and have a drink. I've got a bottle of water, I'm not drinking the straight out the river. I don't recommend it really. Break over, let's head on. So, yeah, I'm just on the road now. I've done my walk. I've got about a mile to go into Oakey. See if I can find something to eat. See how hungry I am. I might wait until I get to Exeter. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a random one, I know, but I think they're the fun ones to make. I quite enjoy just grabbing a camera and see what happens, as I have done so today. Beautiful evening. I hope you've had a lovely day too. So please pop down, give it a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. And until next time, take care.